ladies and gentlemen. These interviews that I'm going to be playing in just a second are actually from 2 weeks ago, following that eventful Pro Stock race from 2 weeks ago, the most recent Pro Stock event, where we had a few damaged cars and some incidents that I wanted to catch up with some of the drivers that were involved in the post-race interviews. So I'm going to play that right now from 2 weeks ago. All right, so I got the number 9 Pro Stock of JT Thurlow here, and you kind of had a rough race. You were duking it out with Andy Gilbert for the lead for a little bit, and then you both spun. So what's your take on that spin situation between the two of you?
We just, it was a racing deal. Andy got loose underneath me and, come up and me, and, it happens. No hard feelings anywhere. We salvaged a 6th place finish, so we're happy with it. We got a better car than that, but we're getting there, so.
Yeah, I mean, it must have had you really bummed to be that far up and then know you've got like 15 cars to pass and it's probably not going to happen, right? And you had a chance at a good top 3 if you stayed there, and then you guys both spun out, so it was a bummer.
Yeah, it was, but at the end of the day, it could be a lot worse. Cars in one piece. We have a brand new car this year, so it's showing that it has some really good speed. We just got to get the luck, That's what it is about racing, and find the right lines. But we're on the right track. It's gonna come. So.
You guys don't park very far from each other, so have you guys talked about it after the race?
Yeah, we have, and Andy, they're great people, and he come over and, apologized up and down, and I said, man, it's all good, it's racing. So, you can't get upset about it, because, at the end of the day, we're going to be racing again with each other, and, we'll duke it out again and have a good, clean race.
Yep. All right, so yeah, you guys are renting a garage, so we'll see you in 2 weeks?
Absolutely.
All right, JT Thurlow, thanks a lot, man.
Thanks, man.
See you. Yeah, Nick Hinckley, he took a wild hit, and some of your crew guys say you're calmed down now, so you were pretty heated in the moment, I'm sure, about a couple hours ago. Nick, tell us about that incident and how the car's doing.
I would say more just frustrated, seven laps into a race, and 2 people just beating on each other for no reason, and, end up being on the outside and dealing with the brunt of it, but the car smoked, both clips on both ends, and yeah, even with a big checkbook, I don't think she'd be ready for a little while. So we'll just focus on the modified and go from there.
Yeah. So I hear, rumblings with your dad and everybody that next week is out of the picture, obviously. So your plans were to go for the Coastal and swap it over?
Yes, absolutely. That is one of my favorite races, and I'm too dumb not to do it. So hopefully next year we'll get another shot at it. One of these years we can pull it off. So
now, we don't have multiple camera angles to show every little replay option that there is about the incident. So we kind of had our attention focused on the front runners, and you were kind of coming up through the field mid-pack, and we saw it happen like, 0.5 seconds into it. Were you guys running 3 wide down the backstretch, or did you rush it in there on the top to try to capitalize on them beating and banging off each other?
So the 17 had been jacking the 07 up for 2 laps before that, and I just set to the top, and as soon as I set to the top, the 17 jacked the 07 up again, and at that point I see him broadside, was trying to clear them all, and I think the 07, from the video I see, almost looks like he turned left and right reared the 17, and I just happened to be the guy that was on the outside when it happened. So I don't really know how it happened, I just know it happened quick, and we paid the worst of it, that's for sure. The 07 drove away. I think Tracy's car is a little messed up too, but there's just no need of it. 7 laps into a Pro Stock race, we've all been doing it long enough, drive around people.
Yeah, so you were on the outside of Calvert, and you guys were just 2 wide, and Tracy's the one that made it 3 wide. Unbeknownst to you, hung out there in the 3rd groove, right?
Right, they just, chewing at the bottom. And I watched it for 2 laps before that. That's why I pulled to the top, because I knew that Tracy wasn't looking to the top. I don't know, just a bonehead move for both of them, honestly. I don't know whose fault it is, but at this point it's both their fault. So, yeah, hopefully regroup next year, go for the championship again.
Now, I mean, I'm not throwing you under the bus or anything, but do you think that Nick Calvert didn't cut Tracy any brakes after he was jacking him up so many times that once Tracy was down there, he didn't cut him any brakes?
Honestly, I'm not the one to answer that. I've just seen the video. I've seen what it looks like. I know he was sideways, and then next thing I know, I was sideways in the wall. So, just sucks, really.
All right. Nick Hinckley, I'm glad you got that modified deal going on, so good luck with that.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, man. So we got Andy Gilbert in the 17, and we just talked to JT Thurlow. You guys had an incident in the early running of the race. You won your heat race, and you were starting on the pole of that feature, and it stunk that you guys had to, have the incident and go to the back because you were looking for a pretty good run starting up front. And you did look pretty fast. It wasn't like you were just holding up traffic. You looked like you had a front-running car today.
Yeah, I think I had a pretty good car. Just I had a bleeder that wasn't working right in the heat, and fixed that, and I think it caused another problem and made me loose. And I'm really sorry about what happened with JT. I self-spun there. But after that, I put a bunch of front brakes in it, and it seemed to fix it. And it was looking good. I think I had the fastest car in the last 10 laps, so that was good.
Yep. We're glad to see you getting this thing figured out. You think that, you have, figured some things out with Clattenburg helping you possibly and kind of struck on something to have a top-running car?
I think so. I think my cross-member heights are much better than last year, and I think I had a bad tire that was really causing me some problems. And I think with those tires I had on today, it was much better.
All right, glad to hear it. So Andy Gilbert in the 17 Pro Stock. We'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah, thank you, Nick.
All right. Oh, man. Matty Beers, I honestly didn't think you were still hanging around the track, and I'm glad you were. You and Dave Getchell got booted from the race from your ordeal, but I think it was more Dave that pulled up to your door and kind of started slamming on you. Tell me your take of the situation.
Had a pretty decent car on the bottom, running up in the top four. A couple restarts happened on the out. I got stuck on the outside, got shuffled back. I let the row go that was inside of me, tucked back down in line. Well, when I did, Getchell kind of drifted high, so I got back inside of him. In my aspect, he come back down, kind of spun him off the bumper, racing deal. Come back around under caution. He tried coming out off the grass and getting into me, missed. And coming down into three, my spotter tells me he's coming up outside of me, and next thing you know, he's in my door, pushing on my door, and we ended up on the front stretch having words. Part of racing, I guess.
So do you think it was an okay call to boot you both from the race, or do you think it was more Dave that slammed down on your door under caution?
I definitely didn't turn right. I'm sure they called me off, but at that point I didn't have any communication when I got out of the car. My radio wire broke, so I was parking it anyway. I had enough of the day. Race, they got to do what they got to do. We were both in the wrong. I was heated. I got out of my car to have some words with him. That's about as far as it went, and I ended the day right there.
All right. Matty Beers, we're going to see you back in 2 weeks?
Yeah, I'll probably be back. We're headed to Claremont this coming Friday for the Granite State race. I think we got a race in between that, and then on June 6th, we're going to be up to Bangor for their 60-lapper of the Darlin Series. But yeah, I plan on coming back.
Yeah, I didn't mean that today was going to, steer you away from Wiscasset. I just know that you've been wanting to do some other things. You did a Granite State race a few weeks ago or a month ago and pretty much wiped out the whole body on your car, right? What track was that at? That race didn't treat you very well?
That was Stafford, Connecticut. Accident happened in front of us. We avoided it. The car on the outside of us come down and took the right side off my car. We ended up finishing the race. We finished 10th. Really fun track. It was awesome to get out and try that.
All right, so Claremont for Granite State next week as well?
Yeah, we'll be there Friday night. I think pits open at 4, so we'll be down there, and hopefully we'll be able to hit camp for the weekend and relax for a little bit before we hit the summer stretch of racing.
All right. Sorry that you had such a lousy start to the season, Matty, but I hope things turn around for you.
Yeah, we're definitely not, we're digging, we're trying our best. Doesn't get your head held down, this stuff happens in racing. You find something that just doesn't work. It could be anything from a bad tire to a missed setup. We'll go back, regroup, fix what we need to, and try to hit it hard in a couple weeks.
All right, see you then, Matty.
Thanks, bud.
All right, folks, those were from 2 weeks ago at the most recent Pro Stock race. It was quite an eventful one, so that was my first time getting some post-race opinions after that one. But I I did catch up with a couple guys that were back today, including Nick Hinckley. You just heard in that interview that he didn't think that that car was ever going to race again, but here they are today. They got it fixed, and I had a moment to catch up with him. But hey, we got Nick Calvert here. He is back in the 07, and Nick, I talked to Hinckley. I'm talking about last week after the whole ordeal, and I didn't get a chance to catch up with you after the race. But I saw your comment on Facebook saying that, like, I know that people have thrown me under the bus, but I totally, didn't do anything intentional there. So I want you to tell the fans your side of that story from 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, it was an unfortunate event. I've had a lot of time to reminisce and reflect on it. I got jacked up a little bit coming out of 2. I was trying to catch it the entire time. Hindsight 2020, if I knew what the ending was going to be, I would have just backed off and not try to race it out. But unfortunately, in the process of trying to catch it, I ended up right rearing Tracy. Felt horrendous right off the bat, because that's never something I want to do. I never want to be associated with somebody that would left rear, right rear, any rear somebody. I don't want to wreck anybody. We all spend way too much time and money on these things, and I never want to be. I want us all to put our cars on the trailer and be able to come back here the next week and race.
Yep. So we're glad to have you back racing. How's the car feeling today in practice?
Not bad. I think when we got our stickers on it, we were down to 14.9. Still getting a little bit speed defined, but we found a lot of bent parts this last week. So it feels like a whole new setup right now. So we'll see.
All right. Good luck today, man.
Hey, thank you.
See you, dude. All right, Nick Hinckley is back in the same car. Nick, last time I talked to you 2 weeks ago, you thought the whole car was junk. Unfortunately, you missed the Coastal, but you got it fixed for tonight?
Yeah, we ended up getting some help out from some sponsor money and some good friends. So dug in, we got the car back Tuesday night, and it was a bare chassis with 2 new clips, and tested it yesterday. So a lot of work in a short span. Big thanks to JT Fairlow. He was over here almost the whole time helping us out. A lot of good friends, a lot of people that just the racing family, right? You couldn't do it without. So yeah, we're here.
So you got it back from distance, is it? He put 2 new clips on it?
Yeah, I had to do a full front and half of the rear. So I bent the rear end. Other than that, we had it all stripped down completely, just bare chassis. Still had to paint it, and get everything back together and hope it's where it was.
Oh wow, very cool. So you got the whole chassis repainted?
Yeah, just the clips that he added on, just the front and rear. So
yeah. And you do that here at your rental garage at the track? Put the whole body back on it here and stuff?
Yeah, we did everything ourselves. I mean, Jeff, he did the clips and straightened the rear end for us. Other than that, we did everything. So it was definitely all hands on deck.
Yeah, no, but I just was clarifying that you do it here at the rental garage. I didn't know if you had another garage at home that you do some more serious stuff.
No, we do everything down here.
All right, Nick, good luck today. I hope the car's right back up to snuff.
Thank you, man.
See you.
Boys and girls, welcome back home to Wiscasset Speedway, and we got a couple little glimpses of breaks in the clouds over there in turn 3 and 4 as we get ready to get tonight's race program underway. All presented to you by Mainely Karting and the good folks at LST Motorsports Park up in Richmond, as we continue our partnership with them up in that fast little track up in Richmond. Tonight, the karts are here in the infield, and we've got Group 1 in action tonight for you with all 5 divisions with regular heats and features. Today, though, it is the 4-cylinder pros, the County Trust 4-cylinder pros that are Spotlight division today. Most of these drivers are young kids that have recently graduated from the go-kart ranks up here on the big track. 1 heat race today to go along with a 30-lap Pepsi Spotlight feature. Lineup has Emmett Walker at the point of the 20. Austin Spencer in the 11, Dylan Anderson in the 81, Dawson Gagnon is in the 34, Roddy Romano in the 3, Brody Picard in the 99, Jay Plummer in the 45, Adam Taylor in the 8, Sam Fogg in the number 54, Max Parlin in the number 26, and Chastity Shorty is in the number 19. She has won the last 2 feature races here with the 4-cylinder pros. You may know these as Allison Legacy cars. We've been running them here for several years at Wiscasset, but have made a few tweaks to the rules, which has necessitated calling them four-cylinder pros, and that's pretty much what they are. Lights are off on the pace car. We're ready to go racing. Dave Sturgis up on the flag stand. And as always, we'll turn things over to my partner in crime, Nick Huff, to bring you the heat race action.
Yeah, Ken, it looks like we've got a few classes today, just one car short of breaking them up into 2 heats, don't we? An 11-car field today for these guys. Boogity, boogity, boogity. We're racing for week 4 for these guys. Week 4 for Group 1. And as Ken mentioned, Chastity Shorty's the 2-time most recent winner, and Adam Taylor won on opening day, that number 8 car. But look at that 20 car. He's only got 1 top 3 to his resume. That was last year. He's looking for some more hardware from Wiscasset Speedway this season in his second full-time year. Emmett Walker leading the way. Followed by another fellow sophomore season driver in that 81, Dylan Anderson, is in second. Emmett Walker and Anderson were rookies last year. Then we've got a veteran, Jay Plummer, in the 45. Jay Plummer, he's going to the inside of Anderson to take second away. He's been at it a little bit longer than those guys here at Wiscasset Speedway in this Pro 4 class. Jay Plummer has been at it a little longer than them. He's going for the lead now to the inside of Walker. Those guys didn't make it too difficult for him, letting him have the inside line, and Jay Plummer moves to the front. Walker back to second, Anderson is third, then we're side by side for fourth. Look at that 19 coming up through the field. Chastity Shorty. Started almost dead last. I think maybe she did start just about dead last in that number 19. She is already up to fourth, and she is certainly not done yet. All over the back bumper of Dylan Anderson. All over the back bumper and then some. Gave him a little tap out of turn 4. He moves up. Oh, there's contact. Both of them spin out of turn 2. Oh, close. So, man, 34 is going spinning into 3. That was a real close one, folks. I got to apologize for the jump scare on that. I thought that the 34 was going to just about T-bone Chastity Shorty in the 19. The 34 is Dawson Gagnon, the third car involved. Kind of an innocent bystander there. The real original 2 cars that instigated the spin was Dylan Anderson and Chastity Shorty. Dawson Gagnon, a rookie in the 34, avoiding the spin, but not without doing a little bit of swerving down the back stretch to make the avoidance happen, and couldn't hang on to it, spinning into turn 3 down to the grass. And he is back on the track under his own power. There is no harm done. All 3 cars remain on the track and tag the tail with 4 laps remaining. As Ken mentioned, the Pro 4s are brought to you by County Truss. County Truss Company, proudly built in Stetson, Maine, and trusted by builders all across the state for the best trusses in the state for all of your building needs. County Truss Company is the official sponsor week in and week out of the Pro 4s at Wiscasset Speedway, but this is their Spotlight night, and our Spotlight features each and every week are brought to you by Pepsi Cola Company. This is getting ready for the Pepsi Spotlight 30-lap feature event that'll kick off the second half of tonight's program. We're ready to turn them loose once again. And they're already 3 wide. The 99 of Brody Picard jumps out of line, and that's not going to work out. He finds a hole and gets back down in the second groove, but he was looking to go 3 wide to the top of Adam Taylor there. Wise choice to get back in line, though. Three wide again for third place. Emmett Walker is the short stick on that one. He's still stuck 3 wide at the very top. as Chastity Shorty motors down underneath once again. She's picking him off rather quickly. Emmett Walker in the 20 can't catch a break. He went from the front row and he is throwing anchor, folks. That 20 car has been stuck in the third groove for much of it here in the closing laps. Jay Plummer picks up the white flag. Oh, and Brody Pickard was in the front half of the field at that restart trying to go 3 wide, and he went way to the back as well, nearly last place now, duking it out with Austin Spencer. Jay Plummer takes that checkered flag. Sam Fogg in the 54 is a rookie this season, and he picked up his first Wiscasset piece of feature hardware last week, so that 54 is on a roll. Sam Fogg takes second. Opening day feature winner Adam Taylor takes third.
This guy made his first podium appearance of the season on opening day with a third place run, was 4th last time they raced. In the number 45 out of Booth Bay, that is Jay Plummer, your heat winner. He'll start at the pole position for tonight's Pepsi Spotlight feature for the Pro 4s. As we said, Group 1 in action tonight with the Pro 4s, the 207 crate modifieds, Pro Stocks, Super Streets, Thunder 4 Minis, and a makeup race for the Carver's Driving Academy Crown Vics. And of course, our friends from Mainely Karting are set up in the infield. They'll be racing a 25-lap race during intermission this afternoon. And they'll be racing tomorrow up at LST Motorsports Park in Richmond. We'll be giving you details on that. Get up there and join us for a Sunday of racing as well. These are the Darlings Brunswick Ford Super Streets. 11 in the house tonight, so 1 heat race for the Super Streets. We will split them up into 2 heats when we hit 12 cars. So 1 heat tonight. Josh Hall starts at the point in the number 117. To his outside will be the number 19 of Andy Kaherl out of Biddeford. Then comes the 48 of Dan Nesmith out of Chelsea. Out to his outside, the 58 opening day winner David Greenleaf in the 58. Noah Haggett, your reigning champion, is in the number 54 out of Woolwich. To his outside, Ben Jewett in the number 97. His son Brandon Jewett in the number 77. Tyler Robbins in the number 34. He's a former teen division champion here at Wiscasset. Has run modifieds the last few years. Then next row back, the 05 is Glenn Reynolds out of Turner. And Jason Oakes in the number 11. He's a 2-time Super Street champ, making his season debut in the Ace Well Service number 11.
And time to go racing once again. The Darlings Brunswick Ford Super Streets. Andy Kaherl on the outside. Josh Hall on the inside. Still neck and neck down the backstretch. Dan Nesmith in the 48 ready to pounce. Whichever one gets going. Great racing up front. Still a dead heat. Drag racing down the backstretch. Kaherl tries to slingshot around the high side. Dan Nesmith up tight, and Greenleaf gives him a punt as well in the 58. Andy Kaherl is going to clear and take command to himself in the 19 and pull away as well quickly. Andy Kaherl already out to about 3 car lengths over Josh Hall. Nesmith goes to the outside in car 48. Josh Hall in the 117 trying to hold his own in second. Nesmith is making progress out there. Josh Hall's giving him room. Nesmith with a fender to the right rear of Josh Hall. 6 laps to go here, and they are dead even out of turn 4. Dan Nesmith looking strong in the 48. He is gonna clear down the backstretch. Dan Nesmith clears Josh Hall for second place. Andy Kaherl checking out. Halfway home, 5 laps to go. Looks like there will be 1 lapper into play coming up in just a moment. The 77 is a little off the pace of Brandon Jewett as Andy Kaherl approaches. Side by side for third place. Here comes the 58 of David Greenleaf. On the inside of Josh Hall, the 58's gonna move up to third. Noah Haggett will try to follow in the 54, the reigning champion in that 54. Noah Haggett to the inside of Josh Hall as well. Brandon Jewett in the 77 pulls up out of the way and goes one lap down to Kaherl and Nesmith. And it looks like Nesmith might be closing in a little bit. 1/10 of a second faster for that 48 car. Not gonna be enough to do it though. 2 laps left. Nesmith not making up enough ground. He has been averaging 1/10 of a second faster with 16 sixes for Kaherl and 16 fives for the 48. One to go. Everything pretty well sorted out here. We got that 34 in the 6th position of Tyler Robbins, his first Super Street appearance or first any appearance of the season. As Ken mentioned, the 54 race is modified, but he also hasn't brought that to Wiscasset this year. So that's his first appearance in any class in that Super Street in the 34. But Andy Kaherl wins it, folks, by a few car lengths over Dan Nesmith. Great runs for both of those guys. We don't see them at the front too often. Andy Kaherl and Dan Nesmith, folks, for the Super Streets.
Yeah, Andy's made one podium appearance with a third-place run just a little while ago and backs it up with a checkered flag here in the heat race in the number 19 out of Biddeford. Andy Kaherl is your heat winner. And say hello to our visitor over there in turn 3. Nice to see you. The sun. As the pace car will pick up the next class, it's the Ground Pounders of the Davis Erector Group 207 Crate Modifieds. I did want to point out, I mentioned 11 Super Streets. We actually had 11 in the paddock, but unfortunately, Caleb Emerson Maines lost the motor in his number 4 Super Street in practice, so not able to answer the bell. Ten crate modifieds in the house to the race tonight. 10-lap heat to go with their 30-lap feature. We have Ethan Guptill at the point in the number 14 out of Paris. To his outside in the 26, that is Ryan Neal from Wiscasset. Wiscasset Hall of Famer Alan Moeller Sr. in the number 60. Moeller in the 60 to his outside. Brad Babb out of Wyndham in the number 33. Nick Hinckley, double duty tonight for him. He's in the number 15 for the Picard brothers on the inside of row number 3. To his outside, opening day winner John Rickey in the number 4. Your reigning champion and general manager and race director for Mainely Karting, that is Ryan Phillips in the number 89. Doug Phillips in the number 8, no relation there. Doug Turtelot in the 6, Richard Jordan in the number 68. We are ready to go racing.
And Dave Sturgis turns him loose in the flag stand. 33 pushing up on Ryan Neal. That is Brad Babb, folks. Not the usual Billy Dixon. That's Brad Babb in the 33, and Bill Dixon is certainly not shy to say that Brad can turn a faster lap than him. As you can notice now, he is right up tight on the 26, following his every move and being very aggressive, trying to make that pass around the 14. Brad Babb is certainly going to be one to watch tonight. '14 has some fuel coming out of the tail on the Ethan Guptill ride. He's going to get noted for that. All right, top two are running away. Looks like that warning flag is going to come out. Black flag is going to come out for the 14. Dumping fuel, making it hard for the third place cars on back to race behind that. So tough break for Guptill there. Jon Ricky in the 4 now, up to second. Side by side for third place, Ryan Phillips and Brad Babb. Nick Hinckley in the mix in the 15 with 2 laps to go. It's Ryan Neal, large and in charge in the 26. Jon Ricky comfortably in second. Looks like Ricky is able to click off 3/10 faster lap times, but certainly not going to be enough. Ryan Neal with a 15.3 and Jon Ricky with a 15.1 last time, so it's down to about 0.2 of a second. Ryan Neal is going to take the heat race win. Jon Ricky takes second. Ryan Phillips for third. Brad Babb for fourth. Nick Hinckley rounds out the top 5. In the Mod Squad, Crate Mod class, that is an exclusive division to Wiscasset Speedway. Ryan Neal got his first feature win a few weeks ago after racing mods here. This is his 3rd season, I believe, and just picked up his very first career win a few weeks ago in that 26. Now he adds to the collection of heat race wins with a photo op from Jason Dickey. Jason Dickey, the official track photographer of Wiscasset Speedway. You can see all of the action-packed photos at www.jasondickeyphotography.com, and that's Jason spelt Jasen for Jason Dickey. Thunder 4 Minis, brought to you by Maine Army National Guard. Next on track. Out front in the 89, it's Mike Landry. Starting outside of him is the 37 of Silas Ham from Eddington. Starting third is the 7 of Shane Weber from New Vineyard. Outside second row is the 0X of Jeff Farrington from Alna. Starting fifth is the 73 of Sean Bergeron from Leeds, Maine. In the 88, that's Donnie Fletcher starting 6th. Back row has Derek Cook in the 88C and Greg Norton in the 19. Let's go racing, boys and girls. Oh, we got trouble with the 89. Mike Landry drops out of line. He tries his best to get out of the way and let the field go, but not without holding up the 7 of Shane Weber. Tough break for Weber. Loses traction on the rest of the field as the 89 tries to limp it back around to pit road. Field stays green as Jeff Farrington in the 0X motors around the top side of Silas Ham in the 37. Jeff Farrington starting 6th, I think it was, already out front now. And we're 3 wide. Here comes Derek Cook in the 88 up the middle in between Donnie Fletcher and Silas Ham. He makes it work, folks, as Silas Ham gets shuffled out of the mix. Ham goes back to 5th position as Jeff Farrington continues to lead in the 0X. The pair of 88s side by side for second. Derek Cook on the top side, Donnie Fletcher on the inside. 88 regular, I guess you can call it, on the inside, and Derek Cook has an 88C. Although it looks like he suffered some damage last week to that right side door half of it's all black. Looks like Derek Cook didn't have enough time to get that full 88 number put back on the right side, so it's a little hard to tell from this front stretch side. But as he goes around the back stretch, you can see that red 88C as he's starting to make some ground, and he clears the outside of turn 2. He clears Donnie Fletcher to take second to himself. We're past halfway, folks, now with 4 laps to go. Greg Norton in the 19 now to the inside of Donnie Fletcher for third place. Jeff Farrington still leads, but Derek Cook is closing the gap. Let's look at the lap times. 18.5 for Jeff Farrington versus 18.4 for Derek Cook. A tenth of a second each lap faster for Derek Cook. He closes it up, and he's right there now. With a fender to the outside going into turn 3, they're going to see the 2 to go flags at the front stretch line. Side by side for the top spot with 2 laps to go. Greg Norton moves up to third, snatching that position away from Donnie Fletcher. And Silas Ham is your 5th place car in the 37. 1 to go with a dead heat at the line. Jeff Farrington, Derek Cook, still neck and neck down the backstretch with 2 corners to go for the Thunder 4 Mini Heat Race, brought to you by Maine Army National Guard. Farrington moves up. Derek Cook will not be denied, though. Farrington tried to make that car as wide as possible, forcing Derek to come up over the front stretch line and under the flag stand, but it didn't faze him. Derek Cook wins by nose bumper cover.
Yeah, official margin of victory, 0.039 seconds for Derek Cook. He's already a 2-time winner this season. And looking to rebound. Only finished in 2nd place last time they raced, so he's got a command of the point lead already this year in that number 88C out of Livermore. As he delivers the checkers back to Jason Dickey, and we turn our attention to the backstretch wall to bring out top shelf division here in Group 1. It is the TNL Automotive Pro Stocks coming out next. $11 Pro Stocks in the house tonight, so 1 heat race for these guys. Couple fast laps behind the pace car, and then we'll cross them up to get ready to go. Lineup will have Sean Knight out of South Paris on the number 25. Nick Calvert in the 07 will line up to his outside out of Steep Falls. Andy Gilbert in the number 17 out of the woods of Jackman, Maine. Alongside him, Stephen Chicoine, the racing realtor, in the number 01 out of Windsor. Nick Hinckley in the number 15, your reigning champion. He's in the 15 out of Wiscasset. To his outside in the number 9 will be JT Thurlow out of Durham. James Osmond in the 05 from Wiscasset. He'll have Logan Melcher to his outside of the number 41. The Hall of Famer Kelly Moore in the number 47. He's your most recent winner here in the Pro Stocks. Shane Lane out of North Anson in the number 02, and David Getchell only able to make a couple pace laps and went back down pit road. So we'll go with these 10 drivers and 10 laps.
Sean Knight and Nick Calvert bringing them to the green. Calvert awfully high. Up into the marbles just about. Calvert's throwing anchor here as Gilbert and Hinckley all get by. Stephen Chicoine finds an opening, threads the needle, and gets underneath in the 0-1. Top 4 single file as they still get underneath Nick Calvert. James Osmond now into the top 5. JT Thurlow tries to follow. Nick Calvert in the 0-7, really struggling here today. Sean Knight with some distance between him and the 17, Andy Gilbert. We've seen some speed recently out of Sean Knight, but unable to have results that show it at the end of the race. But let's see if things have turned around for him today. Sean Knight in the 25. Looking pretty stout so far. 14.9 second lap times for Sean Knight as Nick Hinckley wants to try to run him down in the 15. Hinckley gets around Andy Gilbert. Halfway flags are out, 5 laps to go. Hinckley up to second. Gilbert trying to fend off Stephen Chicoine now for third place. 4 laps to go for Sean Knight. Now let's see what they're running for lap times now that that fast 15 car has broken free from the rest of the competitors with clear track around him. 15.1 last time for Sean Knight and a 14.9 for Nick Hinckley last time around. Hinckley is 0.2 of a second faster, but he's likely going to run out of time. 2 laps to go. Stephen Chicoine gets by Andy Gilbert for third place. Kelly Moore up to the top 5 now with 1 to go for the 25. Side by side for the 6th position is the only battle left on the track. Logan Melcher gets around JT Thurlow for 6th with the checkered flag flying over the GT overhead door number 25 of Sean Knight. Well, Ken, I'm not as much of a statistician as you, but I don't know, I'm taking a wild guess. You think that's the first heat race checkered flag that Sean Knight has held here?
Yeah, the man has found a lot of success at tracks around the Northeast, but he struggled with this track, and good to see him grabbing the checkers even for a heat win. He's definitely turning things around today, has found some speed, and that is the man they call the Jackhammer from South Paris. Sean Knight is your heat winner. Race director Scott Chubbuck saying send up the next one. It is the Carver's Driving Academy Crown Vics. This is actually a makeup race from last weekend because we had to pack all of last weekend's racing into one day. We unfortunately had to pull a couple divisions off the schedule, and the Crown Vics being made up today, and we're actually adding a bonus race. They will be racing here on July 4th. As part of that evening's program. So what was originally 5 races for the Crown Vics this year is now 6 races. As the infield guys take care of some stuff down there on the front stretch. It'll give me a moment to let you know that Austin Hay is in the number X1 out of Madison. Brian Robbins out of Montville is in the number 14. That's a Dave St. Clair prepared machine. Dave originally had intended to drive that today, but the boss coming off a 14th place finish in the Coastal 200 last weekend. Fred Brown in the 0, you know him around these parts as Pee Wee Brown. Used to be a limited sportsman racer here back in the day. Colby Westcott in the 4, Jason Black in the 77, James Goodman in the 51, and Owen Barter in the number 96.
Green, green, green. Austin Hay on the inside. Brian Robbins on the outside. Oh, there's contact out of 2. Hayes sideways. He gathers it back up, but not without losing ground on Brian Robbins. Robbins is going to drop to the bottom and take command all to himself. Side by side for 3rd place. Pee Wee Brown on the inside. Colby Westcott on the outside. Westcott looks like he's going to take 3rd place in that 4 car. Fred Pee Wee Brown in the 0, losing ground on the top 3. He might fall victim here to James Goodman in the 51X as well. Goodman looks to the top side to take 4th away. Neck and neck for 4th place. Fred Brown and James Goodman. One lap shy of halfway, and it's a still dead heat for 4th. Goodman making a little bit of headway, slowly but surely on the top side. 5 laps to go this time for Brian Robbins in the 14. Austin Hay holding down the 2nd spot in that beautiful tribute to an old Jeff Burgess ride. He's sponsored by BRF, Burgess Racing and Fabrication. That throwback skull number X sitting in 2nd. Colby Westcott comfortably in 3rd. He didn't have that great of a run on the inaugural Crown Vic event at Wiscasset Speedway about a month ago. That number 4, he did end up with a blown right front tire, I do remember. And I think he might have gotten in the wall. Don't quote me on that one, but either way, he didn't finish the race, so glad that he's got it all back together and looking competitive in that 4 on his return. Two laps to go. And how about 1 lap to go for Brian Robbins, Austin Hay? Colby Westcott has certainly tightened up the margin on Austin Hay, but he's going to run out of time here. 1 corner to go. And out of it comes Brian Robbins, Austin Hay, Colby Westcott, your top 3 in the 2nd Crown Vic event at Wiscasset Speedway Heat Race. 2nd ever Crown Vic race that we have hosted here. And as Ken mentioned, we missed them on Coastal 200 weekend, but I'm sure you all can understand that things had to be rearranged for Mother Nature. Into Victory Lane with Jason Dickey, it's Brian Robbins in that Dave's World number 14. Yeah, you know, Ken, I think some people were thinking, oh, you could have had it all on Saturday, but I think if I am not mistaken, it ended up being like a 5.5-hour show on Coastal Day. That was enough. We didn't need 2 other. It is Mainely Karting Day at Wiscasset Speedway. Mainely Karting is just a little ways up the road in Richmond, a venue dedicated to competitive kart racing, featuring purpose-built machines suitable for racers aged 5 and up. Mainely Karting's racing facility includes a newly paved 1/6-mile asphalt oval, newly paved just last year, a beautifully smooth racing surface over there, a comprehensive pit area, and lighting for under-the-lights night racing at Mainely Karting in Richmond. Visitors can enjoy grandstand seating and a concession stand during the events. This location serves as a hub for karting enthusiasts, providing an opportunity for families across the Northeast to engage in racing and experience the thrill of competition. You can see more on the web at Mainely Karting on Facebook or the website www.mainlykarting.com.
Yeah, and Nick, they're actually going to be racing tomorrow. I believe we're racing at 12 noon tomorrow up at right off exit 43 in Richmond. So if you can't make it up there tomorrow, be sure to look on mainlykarting.com for all the information. Would love to see you up there. They race occasional Friday nights and occasional Sunday afternoons. So you'll see adults here in this race, but there's a lot of kids, a lot of talented young racers. From age 5 and up, from the junior box stocks up to the senior champ, the master champ divisions. Lots and lots of fun, a great family atmosphere, much like here at Wiscasset Speedway. So be sure to check it out. The goal of a lot of these young racers is to get themselves here on one of the big tracks in the Northeast, whether it be Wiscasset or many of the other tracks here around the region. Be running a 25-lap exhibition feature race here.
Is this the Steve Perry Invitational?
This is the Steve Perry Invitational, and Steve's going to take over Victory Lane here with us too. How you doing down there, Steve? And we'll give them the red carpet treatment here and give them out of cart intros. Front stretch here is a little bit bumpy for these karts, but you'll see they get up to some pretty impressive speeds, and of course a little smoother on the back stretch, which is our infield pit road. The tricky part is over there in turn 1, that transition off the banking down onto the flat part of the track.
Yeah, I think that's one of the most crucial parts of the track, especially the reason why they're putting the orange cones down there. They want to make sure that they arc it in there properly and not dive bomb down to the inside.
Steve Perry, how you doing down there?
I'm doing good, Ken. So just a little explanation of what we got going on here. This is a mixture of 2 classes that we run up at the track. Our senior champ division and our master champ division. The only real difference is the master champ division, you got to be 35 years of age and older. That's really the difference, and their weight is, you got to be 440 pounds. That's really the only difference. So we mix them up to come here and run. So they're going to mix. At the end of the race, the top 3 in each division will be presented awards. This is basically an exhibition to introduce the fans of Wiscasset what we got going on up there. So it'll be a great time. We brought a mixture of a few competitors from each. Some guys, and they know it's an exhibition because we do have a race over there tomorrow. And one guy had to drop out, Greg Pillar, number 32, as his seat was dragging a little bit on the ground, and it didn't feel comfortable, which is fine. So, but these guys should put on a great race. So I'm going to let you do the driver intro, Ken, and then these guys will put on a great race for the fans here of Wiscasset. Right. And then the way we decided to line them up was we went by cart numbers. The highest number was on the pole and the lowest number on the back. So that was just the way to, a fair way of lining them up.
All right, so here we go. At the tail end of the field, starting in the number 2, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Mike Ramsey, a.k.a. Brick. Next up in the number 3, welcome Parker Doucette. Parker also races Roadrunners here at Wiscasset. Next in the number 8, welcome Darren Doucette. This next young man just picked up his first career win just a couple weeks ago in the number 20. Welcome Andrew Rogers. Next up, driving kart number 22, welcome Bryce Picard. Next up is a gentleman who not only runs karts, but also runs late model sportsmen around the area. In the number 28, welcome James Doucette. Now, Greg's not going to be able to make it, so we'll go up to the next one in the number 54. Welcome, Pete Whitten. Next up in the number 56, welcome Jon McConologue. And on the front row in the number 88, welcome Derek Farrington. And they'll all be chasing the number 526. Welcome Crystal Crowell. That's your starting lineup. Let's get our drivers strapped in and ready to race. 25 laps for the Champ Karts here at Wiscasset Speedway. We're going to go next time. And as I said, turn 1 is where you want to watch. That's where it's that transition down off the banking onto the flat part of the track. By the way, LST Motorsports Park hosts the richest go-kart race on the East Coast with a $5,000 to win DKR. We'll tell you about that once we get this race underway, but here we go. Jon McConologue comes out first lap with the lead. Now remember, this is 2 divisions mixed together into one. It's the Senior Champ and the Master Champ divisions. They run several divisions of racing up there in Richmond, including the youngest kids, the junior box stock division, where it's more not necessarily competing for wins and points. It's just getting them the seat time and experience. And then they graduate up into the box stock division, which is the first year of competitive racing. A lot of the drivers you see here in action at Wiscasset are former racers there at the go-kart track. Or the kids of some of our current racers race up there as well. Now we mentioned Ryan Phillips, who drives the number 89 Crate Modified, is our reigning champion. Ryan happens to be the general manager and race director for Steve and Deb over there. And he is standing there in the middle of the infield right now, kind of watching over the action as everyone chases the 56 of Jon McConologue. Andrew Rogers has worked his way up into second, and Mike Ramsey to third. Ramsey got a good run down off of turn 2 that time, and Andrew Rogers is going to end up losing 3 spots. Now, unfortunately, not able to put any telemetry on these karts, but we do up at the Richmond kart at the track, and some of these karts get up to about 60 miles per hour on that little 1 to 6 mile track. McConologue starting to pick his way through traffic, but that traffic may do him in as we got a battle for the lead now. All right, we're at halfway. Halfway through this one. And Joe Bell, our flagman, he's a former kart racer himself and actually used to work with our own Dave Sturgis down at Beach Ridge Motor Speedway. Couple of karts dropping out. They've gone over there to turn 2 to get back on pit road. think I've lost track of where we're at. I do know the 56 of Jon McConologue is still leading. Mike Ramsey's second, and he got a side-by-side battle for third. Mike Ramsey has taken over the lead in the number 2, and a 3-wide battle coming out of turn 2 that time. Five laps to go when they come by the flag stand. Got a couple karts getting up on those left side wheels, getting them off the ground. Everybody chasing that number 2 right now. This time by 2 laps to go on the number 2 of Mike Ramsey. Race for the lead. I believe that's James Doucette. Checkered flag ready to wave. Who's it going to be at the line? And a good battle right down to the wire. Doucette sneaks in to grab the checkers. As Nick sets things up in Coastal Auto Parts victory lane. We'll get our top drivers. Rick knows where to go. Lots of fun down there in victory lane. How about a nice round of applause for our kart racers? And Steve will tell you a little bit more when they're down here in victory lane. So you can use our top 3 and get the photos. But again, don't forget to join us for racing tomorrow afternoon. It's going to rain at noon. Even earlier because of the weather, but if you have a chance to get up there just off exit 43 right beside the highway there in Richmond, come join us. Whole crew, the Phillips family, have all done such a great job reviving that facility. Brand new paved job. They had on the track last year, and the track is fast and smooth. And again, a great family atmosphere up there, just like here at Wiscasset Speedway. And a lot of those races, you'll see them in years to come here at Maine's fastest track. So without further ado, we'll send it down to the straw that stirs the drink, Mr. Steve Perry in victory lane.
Brandon. We're doing good.
the cones were standing, so that's a plus, huh, Ken? So these guys did a great job. So let's talk to our winner in the Masters Champ, and you drove through the field. You were going to be the winner of the race, and but Parker passed you coming to the line, but it's an exhibition race, and you guys did a great job, right, Brett?
Yeah, I mean, that was a lot of fun racing these senior champ guys. I mean, obviously, when the Masters a little bit heavier, but when you can race that close to these guys, makes a good race.
But we appreciate you guys coming down and supporting the track and showing what we're all about up there at LST Motorsports Park.
Yeah, thank you very much. And here we go. I think Jordan's Ken Minor for allowing us to come here and play. A couple sponsors, Rejuvenate, Canico, DT Asphalt, JCD, Lynn, something. Yeah, thank you for all my sponsors.
All right, that's Mike Ramsey, the winner of the Masters Champ race here at Wiscasset Speedway. Let's find our runner-up. And Pete's just built for this track, right, Pete? He's not built for speed, he's built for stamina. But runner-up in the Masters Champ race, and you just go, go, go like the Energizer Bunny. Yep. Talk about the race and how you just keep flowing.
Kept plugging away.
Yeah, that's absolutely what you do.
Yep.
And a lot of fun up here at Wiscasset, right?
Oh, it's a blast. I'll come back in anytime you want.
All right, but actually I think you ended up with third place. Darren Doucette was second, so great job.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, so we're going to bring Darren Doucette up, who finished runner-up in the Masters. So most of the karts finished unscathed. There was a couple that pulled off during the race, and we'll get a word with Darren Doucette. Hey, what do you think?
I think that was rough. It made LST look like a brand new track.
So, but still a lot of fun racing on the big tracks, like racing Talladega, ain't it?
Yeah, no doubt. Like a big Martinsville, really. You get down to the end and you think you could hold it, and you're like, no.
But, great job, finished runner-up, got to race with a nephew, a brother, and put on a good show in front of the Wiscasset faithful.
Yeah, thank you for having us, guys.
No, I appreciate it, but great job, Darren. All right, now let's talk to the winner, overall winner, and the winner of the race, Parker Doucette. Last year, this was your first taste of racing the big karts when you came over here, and you got a chance to do that, and you came back this year and you backed it up.
Yeah, it felt amazing. I like this track. I feel fast on it a lot of times, but I love it here other than the bumps. But
Yeah, no, it's all about character, and then you race over here on some Saturday nights too, don't you?
yeah, we haven't had the best luck with some more of these, but yes.
You'll get it figured out, but congratulations on the win today.
Thank you.
All right, that's Parker Doucette. And the runner-up, Jon McConologue. You race on the dirt, you race on the asphalt. How do you like this over here at Wiscasset today?
I can't wait to come back again. It was fun.
You led a lot of the race, you know?
Yeah, I screwed up a couple times in turn 3 and 4 there and kind of overdrove it. But I'm happy with second place. I'll take that in the senior championship stuff. I can't thank Wiscasset enough. I can't thank my family, my fiance, Adam, putting the hot setup in it. And just thank you for everybody coming out.
Great job today. In third place, Bryce Picard. You did a really good job doing battle. They were all up there battling. At one point you were fourth, and I thought if they mixed it up enough, you'd find yourself the leader and just run away. But always good to finish on the podium, especially in front of the big crowd and on the big stage here at Wiscasset. Yeah. Don't give me a yell. Say more than that. What do you got to say? You got some sponsors, you got all that, right?
Yeah.
Who's your sponsor? And your dad, he puts a lot of effort in here, right?
Yeah.
Great job. You're coming racing tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah, your mother, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, good job. Well, I want to thank you to Wiscasset and Ken and everybody that helped us and allowed us to come over here and play, and we appreciate the cross promotion and everybody, and I hope you guys all enjoyed that. And this year's race was much cleaner than last year's, and nobody's ending up in the going to the hospital. So great job, and thank you to everybody. And the sun is shining. I don't know where that came from, so
Enjoy it while you can.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here for today's Pepsi Spotlight feature. It is for the County Trust 4-Cylinder Pros. Before we give you the starting lineup at this moment, we ask that you all please rise if able. Remove your hats and direct your attention to the flag in the middle of the infield as we offer our invocation followed by the national anthem. Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for our racing family as we get to gather each weekend to do the sport that we love so much. We ask that you please watch over our drivers as they compete today, guide them with steady hands and clear vision. Watch over our fans and staff as we enjoy this program today, and as always, watch over those who put themselves in harm's way each and every day so that we may remain safe and free. We ask this in your holy name. Amen. And now time for your starting lineup. Starting in the 11th position, she's won the last 2 races in this division this season. In the number 19, out of Winslow, welcome Chastity Shorty. In the 10th starting position, driving car number 26 from Winthrop, welcome Max Carlin. Starting 9th is the top rookie in the division coming into this weekend. And the number 54 out of Gray, welcome Sam Fogg. Starting in the 8th position, driving the number 11 from Wilton, welcome Austin Spencer. To the 7th starting position, driving the number 99 from Palmyra, welcome Brody Picard. To row number 3 on the outside, starting the 6th position, driving the number 34 from Lyman, welcome Dawson Gagnon. To his inside, starting in the 5th position, driving the number 20 from New Vineyard, welcome Emmett Walker. Row number 2 on the outside, starting in 4th, is the number 81 from Warren, welcome Dylan Anderson. Starting inside of row 2 in the number 3 in the 3rd position from Livermore Falls, welcome Rowdy Romano. And on the front row on the outside, starting in 2nd, is the number 8 from Searsmont, welcome Adam Taylor. And at the pole position, driving the number 45 from Booth Bay, welcome Jay Plummer. Folks, that's your starting lineup. Let's get our drivers strapped in and ready to race. All right, folks, our drivers are all ready. We hope you're ready too. I'm going to turn this one over to Steve Perry to give the command to fire the engine. Steve, go ahead.
Drivers, start your engines!
start, wave those hands, and send your favorite drivers off with best wishes for a safe and successful race. Pretty much all the kids in this field are graduates of that little track up in Richmond, so make them feel special as they have the passion spotlight today. Scott Buckets and Andrew cross the cars and ready to go for the next time around. 30 laps. These guys normally run a 25 lap meter, so 5 bonus laps on the table as well. Gary Morris behind the wheel of the Northview Stars Ford Mustang pace car. Mike Carlton over at 1 and 2. Send it down to the other end in 3 and 4. Dave Sturgis up on the flag stand, ready to turn loose. Jake Plummer and Adam Taylor. Pace car is in. Green first lights are off on the pace car. Warning lights off as well. That means we're going racing this time. Division here gets the spotlight a couple times a year. Today it is the 4-cylinder Pro.
Stop, everybody,
nowhere
stop.
to go, unfortunately.
34, stop.
Oh man, Ken, that all started in turn 4, I gotta tell you. Jay Plummer and Brody Pickard kind of came together coming out of 4 and twitched, and then they all kind of checked up and forced a 3-wide situation down the front stretch. And that's where it all happened going into turn 1, 3 wide.
All right, Mike Carlton first on the scene, and our EMT's there as well to check things out. But Dylan Anderson got the wind knocked out of him a little bit and gave the thumbs up, and they'll get him up out of the car in just a moment. Dylan, most improved driver in this division last year, made great strides in his second year. Our first Pro Body Works cleanup of the afternoon. 11 of Austin Spencer turned back in the right direction. As soon as we get the safety equipment taken care of, we'll get them under caution pace and get the lineup reset. We remain now at 13 laps complete out of 30. Yeah, that one was developing almost a half a track from where it ended up coming apart there. These cars are very twitchy, very fast, short wheelbase. You've got to really be paying attention if they break loose on you. That's part of the learning curve with these young drivers. Sam Foggy will lock it down on the low side with a couple drivers on the high side with nowhere to go, and Dylan Anderson pays the price.
Once again, the first feature of every race night after intermission is our spotlight feature with some extra bonus laps added on to their race. Tonight's spotlight is the Pro 4s. And the spotlight feature is brought to you by Pepsi. Pepsi is the official soft drink of Wiscasset Speedway. When the engines fire and the grandstand shakes, inside room and the pit stop. All 3 concession locations around the racetrack. Has ice cold Pepsi products available for your first quenching. Pepsi, fueling fun at Maine's biggest and fastest.
All right, clean up complete. Great job looking through. Want to remind you folks we're back in action next Saturday. Back in action. First time under the lights of the season. Regular racing in all 4 divisions presented by the Mainely Karting National Guard. The Woodcomer warehouse late models, the creative cleanout, modified, working class strictly streets and Gales Cast Fuel Road Runners. No flex class next week, so we're back to bare bones 4 divisions of racing. couple of weeks, Group 1 will be back in action, and the Pepsi spotlight on that night will be the running of the PIW Shenandoah 100 for the Worrey cars. Very important. I'm sorry, 2 weeks from now. Sorry. outside is Cassidy Shorty in the number 19. These were the top 2 winners of the class last year. Both of them are 3-time feature winners. So far this year, Taylor's got 1 win, Shorty's got 2 wins. Cassidy trying to get down the line in front of Jake Glover, and that only stacks things up around the okay, the rest able to drive away. Eventful finish in this one. Official or unofficial finish on this one. Shorty with a win. Palmer second. Walker third. Rodney Romano fourth. Adam Taylor ends up fifth. And they're checking tires on the top five up there on the back stretch. They'll get the thermometer checked as we have another Pro Body Works cleanup here on the front stretch. I want to thank Todd Farron and the good folks over at Pro Body Works for sponsoring our infield crew as always. And again, County Trust, the title sponsor of this division. When your project demands accuracy, reliability, and service, you can depend on call to County Trust of Stetson. They design and build custom roof trusses for homes, additions, garages, cleanups, and commercial jobs across the state with fast turnaround, friendly service, and trusses built to perform in any weather. That's the key right there. County Trust Company supporting home and builders and supporting Wiscasset Speedway. So Steve, what do you think of that, huh? What a finish. Maybe you can throw us a little knowledge on what's happening at Richmond Karting, at Mainely Karting here in just a little bit. Well, he's getting the lowdown from Nick. Steve's got some helpers down there.
Well, they really wanted some of that LST hardware. Well, I talked to Chastity a little earlier and told her I was thinking I'd see her a little later. She backed it up. Sure was an exciting finish. She wasn't giving up, that's for sure. And let's hear it for a third win in a row, Chastity Shorty. Let her get her helmet off. We're gonna drink water for her, right? Have a drink, Chastity. You weren't giving up. It looked like with 10 to go, his car was going away and yours was getting better. And when you went to the outside, you knew you had a better car, and I think you forced him into making a mistake.
Yeah, kind of. I tried to bother him a lot, but he kind of kept me pitched down there. He did a pretty good job blocking there, but yeah, he definitely seemed a little bit loose off the corners, so I felt like if I could get in there enough and pinch him down, maybe, that he might make a mistake, and it worked.
You did a good job hanging on to yours, because when he went around and got into your left rear, you could have been caught up in that max too. So, but great job getting the win. Talk about some of the sponsors and the people that get you here.
Yeah, I gotta thank William Mushering, R&K Auto, Anthony Automotive, Folsom Lawn Care, Folsom Properties, Water's Edge, Central Maine Equipment and Motorsports, Central Maine Crane, Maine Mountain Timber Frame, Pingham's Cove Marine, Whitney Automotive, Aunt Liz, my mom, grandfather, and Travis. Couldn't do without them.
Oh, great job. Well, I want to bring you over here because we got one of our little junior box stalkers has got a little LST trophy for you. You ever got one of those before?
I have not.
Well,
in go-karts I did.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But when this schedule came out, everybody all you graduates from the little go-kart track up the streets, I know you circled this one. It's a big deal. You want to be over here in Victory Lane, get one of these LST trophies, and You did a great job, and congratulations. And we got some hardware for you from all the gang over there at Mainely Karting.
Thank you.
All right, congratulations to Chastity. All right, let's go over here to Jay Plummer, and you got to witness all that, and you were in the driver's seat for all of it, and you end up with a podium finish. Great job.
Yeah, no, we definitely lucked out. We were kind of in the middle of all the ruckus that was going on there, so glad to finish second. Not really where we want to be all the way, but close enough.
But you had a great run today.
Yeah, no, better than the last couple races, so going in the right direction.
Talk about the people that make this possible for you to get here each and every week.
Oh, we got to thank Finn with FNA Enterprises, Roundup Marine, Andy Hauk, and Crew Chief Flanders. He's been a huge help. He's the only reason we're here.
All right, well, great job today.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. All right, third place, Emmett Walker, and it goes to show it's never over till they throw the check and you roll under it, huh, kid?
You're right. First, I'd like to thank Chase Burgess for spawning for me all day, and I'd like to thank my Stand for sponsoring our rolling improvement, and Mabel's Way for sponsoring. And thank you, Dad, for working on it. That's it.
Pretty exciting to end up on the podium over here, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Second time, so start running better, hopefully do better.
Oh, great job. Congratulations from all of us over at Mainely Karting, and continue the strong run to the season you got going.
Thank you.
All right, congratulations. Good job. Come over and get a picture.
All right, thank you very much, Steve. Congrats to our top three down in the Coastal Auto Parts victory lane. Our pace car picking up the next division. It's the Darlings, Brunswick Ford Super Streets. Got Andy Kaherl out of Bedford on the point in the number 19, and his outside Dan Nesbitt. Strong start in his season in the number 48 out of Wiscasset. Speed lead, David Greenlee for the number 58. John Call is in the number 117 out of Mount Vernon. Start fourth. Then comes your ratings can be Noah Agnew, number 54 out of Wiscasset. Glenn Reynolds out of turn, the veteran in the 0-5. Then comes the Jewett family. Ben Jewett at the number 97. Shotgun on the field, and the number 34, Tyler Robbins on the Montville, and Jason Oates out of Quebec. Philadelphia Field here for Super Streets, presented by Darlings, Brunswick Ford.
Keeping the first drivers on the road with excellent service, quick turnaround, and a team that treats you right at
This one he's been working toward over the past 4 years. And this division continues to be one of the toughest here at Wiscasset Speedway. 4 weeks, 4 different winners. Car, Part 2 P1 here at Coastal Maine Karts Victory Lane. Not too far behind the not much of a challenge. And point leader David Greenlee brings it home in third. Here's the family crew ready to congratulate their driver. And we'll send things down to Steve Perry and Coastal Auto Parts Victory Lane.
Well, this is going to be a very popular win. Am I correct, Ken?
Oh, yeah.
Take him a while to unbuckle everything, soak it all in. Getting ready to climb out. Let's hear it for him. The winner of the Super Streets. Very happy, Andy Kaherl. What do you think, kid?
Man, I'm cooked. Yeah, I just had to be perfect there. I got 2 of the best behind me, and yeah, we made a big change right before the feature, and we were good in the heat, but we need to be better to hold off these guys, and we did it. We shoot from the front, and it's hard to pass in these cars. It's the best division here. I'm just super pumped for my crew for standing by me, and man, this is awesome.
No, it's great, and it's always good to win, and they don't come easy, you know, and when you have people that support you on a weekly basis, and it means a lot to you, but it means more for you to give it to them, you know?
Absolutely. I mean, we do that. I do this for, it's kind of turned in, I do this for my crew and the fans, and it wouldn't be anything without them, and we wouldn't be where we are. But yeah, just felt like we were due. This car's been really good from the second half of last year, and felt like we were due for one.
Oh, we appreciate it, and it's always a fun night when the group from Mainely Karting comes over, and I got Cole Newton over here. We got some little extra special hardware for you from the go-kart gang and Mainely Awards, and appreciate you and all you do for the sport, you know, not only at the racetrack, but you do a lot behind the scenes, Andy, and you give back.
Thank you. I just want to thank my sponsors, Bingus K&A Property Services. Huge thank you to my crew, my wife, my boys here. He's 10 months coming up here, and just really excited. Coastal Race Fabrication, the Sanborns, Bob the Screen Printer, Bob's Auto Service, BS Video Productions, shout out to the Black Fly Podcast, Chasing the Checkered, everything Amy does for our sport. And I really want to thank James Osmond. He's really taken our program to the next level, and we probably wouldn't be up here without him.
Oh, that's extra special, and having a 10-month-old in Victory Lane is going to make these Victory Lane photos extra special today. So let's hear it for Super Street winner Andy Kaherl.
Thank you, guys.
All right, let's travel over to the reigning Super Street champion, Noah Haggett, and it's always good to finish on the podium, but when it's a first-time winner, that's extra special.
Yeah, congrats to Andy. They worked really hard and deserved a win. And yeah, we had a pretty good run. At first, I didn't think we were going to have anything for David and him. Then after the restart, it just seemed to come to life. So, yeah.
No, congratulations. We got some hardware here from you from one of our junior box stockers, and congratulations on a great run, and continue the track to the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you. And I want to thank you guys for sponsoring tonight. Wiscasset Speedway, and all my sponsors. I got Laid Back Lumber, K&A Property Services, Red Teats, Kelly Bros, Acewell Service, Bryant Line Construction, Ideal Boardroom Toilets, Emma Suites, Tom Koss, James Osmond, Brett Osmond, my dad, my mom, and my girlfriend.
That's your runner-up, Noah Haggett.
think, David Greenleaf? Looked like you were hanging on.
Yeah, I don't know if something went bad in my right front or what, but it went to hell.
Well, you ended up on the podium, so great run. Give a shout out to your sponsors, everybody that gets you here.
Man, I gotta thank Richard and Vanessa, first of all, for having this facility, for the garages down back. It's changed my racing career for the better. I gotta thank Primo Glass, they're here with me every week. I gotta thank Dunton's Doghouse, Good New, Ward & Sons, Red's Eats, Apple Valley, Napa, Bath, Wiscasset, and Booth Bay, Fortin's Forest Products, and Hawk Motors, and Penny Chirac.
Oh, absolutely. So great job. Go get your picture taken, and congratulations on a nice run. All right.
All right, thank you very much, Steve Perry. Congrats to our top three in victory lane, and let's fire up the ground pounders. It's time to bring out the Davis Erector Group 207 Crate Modifieds. second, well, actually the fastest super modified lap here at Wiscasset Speedway was turned 3 years ago with a lap of 13.18 seconds. Not quite catching the fast times that Neiman has put down, but still some great driving and great lineage in that family, by the way. Bradley Babb, the son of Hall of Famer Bobby Babb and grandson of another Hall of Famer, Bob Babb. Made their historical resume down the road at Future Edge Motor Speedway. Brad kind of taking his own way here, racing open wheel cars for the majority of his career. And I know Ryan Phillips really wanted to get that 89 car on the podium today for all his karting kids that are in the house today. And Don Rickey, no stranger to victory lane, and then number 4, Scout as always for that young man. Lots of congratulations down in Coastal Auto Parts victory lane, and we are ready to send it down to Steve Perry with the top 3.
Thank you, Ken. Well, he just had to get out front and maintain. But let's hear it for Brad Babb. So that was the last thing you wanted to see was a caution. Luckily, one didn't come because all the top guys, including yourself, had cleared traffic, and that would have made for an interesting race. But great job by you and the crew today.
Yeah, thank you. The car was really good earlier. We kind of missed it in the heat race, but...
and you were running in some either gasoline or water.
Yeah, that didn't help, but it's part of racing. I owe a huge thank you to Bill Dixon for having me drive his car, and hopefully he can get one of these weeks. Obviously, it helped a lot starting up front. The car was pretty good, and just owe a thank you to everyone for coming out, all the fans, Jordan's for having us, and NS Giles for sponsoring the car, and like I said, Billy for putting me in it.
Yeah, no, great job today, and it's always fun, the open wheel modifieds, and me and Debbie were sitting there talking. This car was owned by her son, and he raced it for many years. We don't even know how old this thing is, you know?
I think it's a 98 Troyer. So.
It's quite old, and it's still getting it done, and that's what shows about this class. You don't need the latest and greatest to be successful, and the class is growing, and it's a lot of fun, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good class. It's a lot of fun to come out and race with these guys. They all race pretty clean, and yeah, like you said, you don't need the latest and greatest. You don't need all the technology. You just got to get all the bones right and just hit something in the setup, and you can find a lot of speed out of these without spending much money.
No, great job. So we got one of our LSC Motorsports Park racers, JT Farrington, got some hardware for you. So congratulations, Brad.
Thank you.
So that was a great run that you and Nick had, and if that could have settled out a little earlier, maybe you could have chased Brad down. But always good to see side-by-side racing.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun to race with Nick. He's got a lot of laps around here, and he knew just what to do to keep us at bay. And luckily, we were able to get free. Once we were free, this thing was a rocket, but it was not real good on the bottom today.
Yeah, too little, too late.
Yeah, so big thank you to everybody. We got all the Mainely Karting people here today, which is great. So thank you for everyone who's here. Briggs Contracting, Apex Services, Southern Maine Pools. Thank you guys.
All right, great run today, and we'll see you tomorrow. And third place finisher, Jon Rickey, and you had the best seat in the house for that run that Ryan and Nick put on, and they raced clean, but they needed to settle that out earlier, so you guys could make that run to the front and try to chase Brad down. And too little, too late. The caution would have made things different, but no caution came.
Yeah, I just got boxed in there. Couldn't really do anything there. Just watched them.
Yep. No, and sometimes that's how the race goes, but you get to load it in the trailer and podium finish and come back and go at it next week.
Yeah, it's in one piece for top 3. What can you ask for?
Yeah, talk about some of the people that get you here on a weekly basis.
ES Tools, Top Gun Roofing, K&G Auto Sales, KDW Landscaping, Garrett Pillsbury, and everybody that comes out will help.
All right, great job. Come back next week and pick up another one.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good job, guys.
Yeah, we'll get these guys up here in front of the Coastal Auto Parts Napa Victory Lane sign for top 3 photos for the crate mods.
Right here, going green next time. Lights out right here, going green next time.
Ace car will head in as we get ready to go. 25 laps for the Thunder Force.
to go, so guys. 6 to go.
For a half a lap. Got him around to go green this time. 6 laps to go to wrap up this main Army National Guard 134 feature. Derek Cook,
to win. Let's turn things over to Steve Perry in Coastal Parts Victory Lane.
Well, we got one out, you got out quick, but that a little sketchy about partway through the race, and but you recovered and come all the way back up Victory Lane and talk about that race.
Yeah, I don't know what's Jeff's problem, but he did it 2 weeks ago. Rackme had to redo the nose, and he did it again. Lately, just turned right into me in the corner. Looked intentional to me. But hey, I finished in first. He finished who knows where.
Well, these cars look to be a handful. Sometimes I don't think it's blatant. You know, they're on the ragged edge, and like you said, you finished first, and he didn't finish. So great day. Talk about who gets you here.
My family, all my sponsors. Tim Sullivan, plumbing, he sponsored me my tires. I brought this kid with me today. It's his first time here in the pits. You know, he helped me out today. My buddy Jason had to be here. His dog was in the dog hospital, had to have surgery, so he weren't able to show up. My girlfriend, everybody that helps.
Great day, and we got some hardware here, a little Carson Gervais. Someday he'll be out here racing, but right now he's racing the box stock over at LST Motorsports Park, so you got some hardware today, and congratulations on victory lane.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, you led a bunch of the race and come up a little short, but still runner-up finish, not bad.
Yeah, it's not bad. I've been struggling with tires. I have all the tires that we find, they fill real quick, so we're jumping around on tires. So I'm just being low budget. I don't need to buy a bunch of junk, so running what I got, and I tried a couple new ones, but it was over to Oxford and I tore them up. So this track's way better on tires, chewing them, chunking them. So, but we're cutting our own tires. My buddy got our own cutter now, so we're gonna be able to cut some of the division and whatnot. So
runner-up finish and loading it in the trailer in one piece. So good finish today, and come back next time and try it again.
Yeah, I've always run there clean. Everyone clean. I don't know if anybody's ever watched me in the last 4 or 5 years. I don't put the bump into anybody, but whatever they got for beef between the mutt rest, that's their business. It's nothing to me.
Yeah, you'll get back. You'll be all right. Great run today. You ain't got no beef with anybody, right?
I try not to.
Yeah, well, that's, hey, you did a good job. Kyle looks good. There ain't no tire marks on this thing, and ended up on the podium.
Yeah, I did the best I could with what I had. Just like Shane, I'm struggling with tires too. Car's lost a little bit of speed, but we made it here, so that's good.
No, that's a great job. Talk about some of the people that get you here.
I normally thank my sponsors, and which rightfully so, but I'd like to take just this time to thank the track, Richard and Vanessa, the guys in tech, Scott Chabak, race director, Nick Cobb, Kent Minot, all you guys here, 5 guys. This is what makes it possible, and everybody, all the fans in the seats. Appreciate it.
No, and you're right. It's people behind the scenes that make this happen, because they got to make the calls, they got to watch the weather. There's nothing perfect, and you know, they're the ones that take the calls during the week when other people aren't happy. But I know they appreciate it, and congratulations on a nice run.
Yeah, I've been to plenty of tracks, and this is by far the best.
No, and I'm sure they appreciate hearing that. So great job.
Thank you.
Thank you. Go over there and get your picture taken.
All right, thanks, Steve. Now it's time to go to the top shelf. Here come the Pro Stocks.
Here comes the money. Here we go. Money talk. Here comes the money.
going green next time by.
Blue, check.
Up just a little bit. And black is back.
Head on down to the
point. No reason to hang his hat. He matches his career best with a second place run. Right there on Hinckley's heels the entire race. And Logan Melcher was the fastest on the track over the second half of the race, chased down that lead there, but just ran out of time. He was caution free. All right, thank you, Nick. As we mentioned, career win number 35 for the 6-time champion of Wiscasset Speedway. And with that, let's send things down to Coastal Maine victory lane with Mr. Steve Perry.
Well, I'm pretty sure, Ken, 2 weeks ago he didn't think career win number 35 was going to happen that quick. But that just shows there's no quit in the Nick Hinckley race team. And let's hear it for Nick Hinckley and the whole Hinckley Motorsports race team. So congratulations, Nick, and the entire team. And not that you never need a win, but after what happened 2 weeks ago, you really needed a good showing tonight. And ending up in victory lane, there's no better showing than that, huh?
Yeah, man, the amount of work this week's crazy. This was a bare chassis on Tuesday, so people that don't believe that racing's a family would have never seen us out in the pits. We had all sorts of people helping us. JT Thurlow was a huge help, Joey Brown, Keith, Allen, Scott, my old man, all the guys here with me. Thought I was done for the year, so this is a big one.
Yeah, and like you said, the family. Competitors step up. They want to see you back out here, and you're a big part of racing. You're a big part of the Wiscasset family, so this one means a lot to you, your race team, and the fans here. They want to see you here, you know?
Yeah, I also got to really thank, we had multiple people help us out financially with this. Our sponsors, Coastal Automotive, Ideal Portable Toilets, couldn't do it without them. They're my biggest one. Yeah, it's just wild. I got to thank Steve. He was probably a little better than me there. I was just blocking the ball and it was just too tight. But to get it back and have the fenders on it and roll it in, I'm happy with it.
Oh, congratulations! And we got little Cole Newton, one of our little box stockers over there at the go-kart track, and he's got some hardware for you. So this one's a little more special. And congratulations to you and your entire team.
Thank you.
Thank you, and great job to him. And we're going to catch up with our second place runner, and I always want to ask these guys when they're on them, where was he better than you? Where was the difference?
I think I was better than him, actually.
If you could have got out in front, I thought the same thing.
Yeah, I was just a little too tight on the top. Couldn't make it work there, but I was definitely better on the bottom. I was catching him, but I didn't want to move him. I got into him once a little bit by accident, but second place again.
And it looked like, I think around lap 12 or 14, he really opened the bottom up, and it took you by surprise. Like, there was more of a hole than you expected to be there. You probably could have filled, but you would have filled with contact, and you didn't need that, you know?
Yeah, I don't want to race like that. But I got to thank my guys, Calvin, Jason, they're here. Colton for spotting, he's doing a great job. Scott Moore and his old man have been helping me out the past few weeks. They've really helped us a lot. Distance race cars. Jeff Taylor, HF Motorsports, Anderson Bank, Georgie and Baldacci, Foreshore Insurance Broker, Paul White Company, Borges and Banda, Miller Fitness, everyone that helps out. Actually, we made this car a lot better than the last time we raced, and we ran really old tires last time, and it sat in the shop the past 2 weeks. I was so busy with work, I never even touched it. Brought it here today, made it a little better, so we're moving in the right direction, but still, want to get that win.
It'll come, Steve. If you keep running like you ran, it'll come. So congratulations tonight on a great run.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you. Oh, they told me I had to keep things short tonight, but great run, Logan. I mean, you had to work your way through the field, past some great competitors, but obviously you ran out of time.
Yeah, I mean, this 41 machine distance race car, it's really been arguably the best car here every week this year. I didn't say he won anything, constant podiums. What really killed me today was the one heat race, so that was a real big points dent for me. Just because guys I'm facing going for the title, they get a chance to start up front, get big heat points, and I got a broken nose in the heat, but that's okay. Made a little adjustment, swapped the right side tires was my adjustment, and then when my dad wasn't looking, I threw a quick half turn in the right rear coil. We're out there doing our quick little hot laps, and I'm like, oh man, this thing's gonna be free. Like, sorry boys, I think I ruined it, but
No, the car was great. I reeled him in, ran out of laps once again, but I really can't be more happy. I think I'm leading points still. I got 3 straight trophies. I mean, I still got the same body I started the year on, which is good. And see if we can't win one soon, man.
It'll come, and if you have to wait till that weekend in August, September, so be it, right?
Yeah, after I won that race, I said I never care if I win again. I think I might have been lying because I really care. I really want to win again.
You're going to get one. You're going to get one.
I hope so.
All right, well, congratulations. Go get your picture taken.
All right, sir.
Great job by these Pro Stock guys tonight. They put on a great run. So congratulations to Nate Kinkley and Melchis. He's won plenty, and Chacoine's going to get one, and he's going to get one soon.
All right, time to bring out the Crown Vics to finish up the show today. Good job on filming. Set to go 20 laps to finish up the next program. We've got Austin Hay in the next one. Colby Westcott in the 4. He is out of Winslow, and in comes James Goodman. Carmel. P.B. Brown out of Winterport in the 0. Owen Garner out of St. Louis Bay, and Brian Robbins out of Montville to finish up the lineup. As I said, this is a makeup race from last weekend, and also a fuel bonus race on for these guys. So this will be racing with us on July 4th. Lights off the race car set to get back at it. 20 laps. They had one car that was not able to make it from the heat race into this feature, so we'll go to 6. Here we go. Austin Hay leading up first on that group. But forgot to go to the battle at the end of the checking Sky Stats, who's been racing here off and on for, well, 1996 was the start of the racing here, so he's been at it here for, what, 30 years now? This is his 30th career win. And that number 14 driving for Dave St. Clair tonight. Brian's got wins in Outlaw Minis, Strictly Streets, Super Streets, late model Sportsman, lightweight engines. He's won about 6 different classes. We set things up for one more visit to Coastal Auto Parts Victory Lane. Well, you normally see a big guy with a cigar hopping out of that number 14, but he turned the wheel over to one of the guys from up there in the Liberty area as well, and he brought it right home for the checkered flag and the victory. So let's send things down to Steve one more time.
So Brian Robbins, I know you got a lot of wins and a lot of different race cars. Talk about these Crown Vics. Oh, first off, let's have a nice round of applause for Brian Robbins. Talk about these Crown Vics and how much fun they are to drive.
These things are a blast to drive. I think everybody that's ever raced ought to be in one of these cars. These things are awesome.
I've been trying to buy one, and I was going to call Hog there a couple weeks ago and see what he had for sale.
Well, he's in a few for sale over there, but they gave me the opportunity to drive this tonight, and I got to thank Dave's World and Golf Hog for letting me do this, and all these fans out here.
Yeah, and something that Cletus down south, everybody knows what Cletus is, he kind of hit on, and they're growing everywhere, you know, and just an affordable way to get into the sport.
Yeah, I think this is the most fun they had for a long time.
Yeah, and no, and congratulations and picking up the win. And Cole, you got the winner's trophy? Is that winner? Yep. Cole, one of our little box stockers over there, has got some nice hardware from Mainely Karting, and he's looking to pick up some hardware tomorrow, and looks like he's a little tired. But congratulations from all of us over there at LST Motorsports Park, and hopefully you can pick up a few more wins this year. This guy's a big dude. You got a story? Ken, he's got a story. Oh, it's the end of the night. I can go on forever.
So my first time at this racetrack was 10 years ago, Coastal 200. Jeff Burgess finished second, and that's when he chased Drew second. Chased Drew second for me tonight, finished second.
There you go. This your first time? 10 years ago was your first time?
Yeah.
All right. How you been doing this year?
We're learning. Me and Colby here, we're still rookies at this thing. This is only my third race, this fourth race. But man, they're a ball.
They're a ball. All right. So you're enjoying it? You're racing that guy. He got more gray than me. I mean, I don't know how old he is. He's probably older than both of you put together. And you want to hear a story? You wait till I get to the third place guy. All right? But congratulations from all of us at Mainely Karting. All right? Now I got a story. Colby. Great job. 40 years ago, me and your father, we thought we was wannabes. We was racing at a track down there that used to be called Beach Ridge, right? Against 100 cars, right? With the likes of Layton, Durgan, Pee Wee Knight, right? Now he's getting the crew on you, and I bet he's enjoying this way better, right? You finished third earlier in the year, and you finished third tonight, right? How you liking these Crown Vics?
Oh, these things are fun. Just gotta hopefully get 2 spots better next race.
It's all right, though. You're taking home some hardware.
Yeah.
Is the old man, is he taking it out yet?
No, he won't get it. I've tried.
How come?
I think he's scared of it.
Are you scared, Scott? Well, let me tell you a story. Back in Augusta, at the Augusta show, I drank once a year, and that happened to be the night, and I got a little over intoxicated, shot my mouth off, and 2 weeks from now, I'm running a pass mod over at Star Speedway. So I should have started and built a Crown Vic and done that, but no, I'm going to the Crown Vic, and I ain't running about 20-something years, so don't be scared. Get in the boys, take one of these. Listen, I'll buy one of these and come up here and race some night. I'm going to buy one of these this week, and I'll come up. and if you come race, I'll race. Well, I'll race, so you have to. So tell the old man, there ain't no Pee-wee night out here, ain't no Durgan, ain't no Layton, so he can get in it. If he can get in the window, he can get in it.
Yeah, I just gotta thank all my sponsors.
Absolutely.
Reardon Brothers Construction, Central Maine Motors, Sweats Concrete, Ryan's Tire and Auto Repair. My father, my mother, my girlfriend, you know, she's had to watch me out in the garage late at night, and I'm sure it's not fun for her. But Brady for coming, Spencer for coming, and everyone that makes it possible. Thanks.
Do you remember one of your first races? Probably one of your first race ever. You remember where that was?
Yeah, I rented a go-kart off of you at Saco Pathfinder.
There you go. Now look at you. So when you get real famous, well, maybe I'll buy a pass more and you can have your father rent that. So congratulations. The car looks good, like one of your dad's old car back when he was over there at Beechridge. I think, was this 97 or 98? It was 98, right? I remember, yeah, we was all trying to put all the money in and win them trophies at the mall shows and stuff. But great job. So, Ken, I only talked because the night was over. All right, well, we want to thank all you guys, and yeah, you're going to go get your picture taken. But you guys all come over to Mainely Karting someday, because that's where it all starts, with all these little kids that helped us out in Victory Lane, and someday they'll end up like these kids racing these Crown Vics and this big dude. I don't know where he came from, but he didn't come from a go-kart. Thank you, Nick, and everybody. So,
hey, thank you, Steve, for LST Motorsports Park and Mainely Karting sponsoring the program. And one more time, we'll send it up to the booth to Ken Mine.
All right, thank you very much, Nick, and thank you, Steve, and the whole crew, and thank you to Mainely Karting, LST Motorsports Park one more time. On behalf of Richard and Vanessa Jordan and the entire staff here at Wiscasset Speedway, thank you for coming. Be sure to check the website, wiscassetspeedway.com.